Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name's Amelia. Thank you so much for voting for this bonus reading. So the reading that got the most votes is what is my spiritual team showing me? So this could be a reading that helps confirm something for you that you've already been suspecting or that you already know. It could be a reading to add some more insight, to give you a bit more depth into a message you've been receiving, or you might be coming here feeling that you've been pulled in, in some sort of direction. You're feeling something, your intuition is trying to say something to you, but you're not sure what it is. Or maybe you have absolutely no idea and you're just curious if there is a message for you. Okay, so this is a message for the collective. What I've done is I've shuffled up your oracle cards already. I'll go through these and then we'll pull some tarot together and some channeled messages as well. Also, just to say that this reading, I'm opening this up completely to your spirit team. So we could get messages through around love, work, career, self-improvement, anything. We'll see what comes through. And by your spiritual team, I'm talking about the high vibrational, ethereal energy you have around you. So your spirit guides, your guardian angels, the archangels, your ancestors, that team that's always there, available to you and guiding you subtly. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so I think we'll start here. So your animal spirit guide message is mountain goat. So this makes me think of Capricorn, and if you've ever seen a mountain goat, I find it absolutely terrifying to watch. The heights they get to on these almost vertical climbs with barely anywhere for them to place their feet, but they do it, they manage it. So you may have been on an extremely tough journey. In fact, success may have felt unlikely, and you've either succeeded against all odds. Maybe you even had other people around you doubting you, but you stayed focused, you kept going. It could also be that you're on this journey now and Spirit's saying don't give up. So it says there is something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to correct it. Okay, so that could be talking about an imbalance of effort. If you're giving this much of yourself and really putting yourself out there and you're not getting enough back from either another person or a situation, it might be time to look at if you can pull back to let the other energy step in. If it's, as the first message suggested, that you don't have people around you supporting you, congratulating you, are you giving a lot to them? Do you always support people around you and believe in them and encourage them? Whereas you have people saying, oh, I don't think you should do that, that's not going to work. Maybe having a look at the balance in your relationships with people, and asking yourself, is everyone here for my highest and best good? Wow, we have soulmate. Okay, and with the red, that can also be root chakra energy. We have clairaudience, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Okay, so some of you might be clairaudient. You might be getting messages through your inner voice, hearing snippets of songs on the radio, that sort of thing. So do pay attention to those. Oh, and we have a time for healing. Okay. So let me pull these as well and then we'll see everything together. Okay, so this is the first card. You've got two of these popping out. Oh, it says, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And the second card, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, so they seem to go together well. Oh, okay, we have a lot here. So how can I keep this clean and not confusing? Okay, let's take it, one message at a time. So let's do love first, as I know that's what many of you are interested in primarily. Okay, so we've got soulmate, my beloved. We've got a message here that suggests there's some distance, including this Moonology card that says it's a time for healing. So if you are in separation from someone, There could have been a disconnect in the 3D with this soulmate card having all the red around it, talking about the root chakra. But this separation or this distance is helping you both to see things more clearly. If we look at this card, can you see the third eye is activated and opening? So we've got clairvoyance and we have clairaudience. So while you're in this separation, you're both illusions, confusion is slipping away, and you're both becoming clearer about something, and Spirit saying the distance is okay. Your person is still thinking about you, still feeling you. In fact, this message here is for you, saying that they are thinking about you right now, they're with you. And it's okay if there's a bit of distance right now, if you're in a separation, because actually it's a productive kind of a separation and it's time for healing. Maybe healing between both of you, healing the connection, or healing, you know, privately within. And this growth is going to help you both when you come together. Mountain Goat, this is the only card really that gives me cause for concern. If we're talking about a relationship, a romantic relationship, even a friendship here with soulmate, you know, soulmates don't always have to be romantic, but the My Beloved card suggests to me that there is a romantic situation here for some of you watching. But, you know, romantic or not, really ask yourself just how much you're giving, because with this Mountain Goat energy, it's not even just you give 55%, 60%, and someone's giving you like 40%. This is you giving 97%, you know, and getting back 3. Now, I feel this is something that's already played out, and that's why Spirit has put you and this other person, or you and the people around you, on a timeout, you know, and something that you and this other person or other people might be realizing during this time is this imbalance. So if you've been giving too much, if you've been exhausting yourself, really putting yourself out there, whether it's because you're always emotionally open, declaring your feelings, or you're, you know, running here, there, trying to be there for everyone, support everyone, it's like you're realizing now, okay, I've got to change this. I can still show my care, but I've got to set firmer boundaries. I've got to, you know, heal myself here. And this other person or the people around you might be missing you actually right now, and realizing how much you have been giving and saying to themselves, okay, clearly I need to give a little bit more than what I have been, maybe a lot more with this Mountain Goat situation here. Okay, if this is work, it looks to me like you might be in a position that you perhaps have become overqualified for. You might be breaking your back, you might be working all hours of every day, and your pay doesn't reflect that, or, you know, it's time for you to have a promotion. Maybe you should have had several by now, or maybe your company or your employer is not valuing you enough, or even verbally recognizing the work that you're putting in. For some of you, I feel that this could almost be something entrepreneurial that you're doing with somebody else, with soulmate here. And if you feel like you're both giving and giving, it's not taking off, it might be time to go within and ask for messages through clairaudience, through clairvoyance, you know, seeing those signs and synchronicities about your next best steps. It's almost like at this point, whatever your situation, love, health, career, you've been doing a lot outwardly, giving a lot of yourself, and Spirit saying right now you're going to actually gain more insight and more traction by going within and getting your answers from within, self-reflecting, listening to what you need from within, you know, taking cues from your physical body, from your emotions, from even the visions, you know, like, you know, if you sit down and your mind wanders, where does it wander to? What is it pulling you towards? What are you daydreaming about? What would you like in that exact moment? You know, is it just a wild fantasy, or is it something you could make happen? If you find yourself repeatedly dreaming about going on a nice hike, you know, maybe that's something you can make happen. And maybe it's your mind, your body, messages coming through from your guides that you really need a time out. You need some peace here. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this. You've been through so much already. What do you want? Okay. So your spiritual team is trying to say it's time for a rest. You have been you know, really going for this, whether, you know, whatever we're talking about here, love, work, everything that I keep saying, it's self-improvement, spiritual development, building something new, your friendships or relationships with family members, you have been giving so much, and you have already overcome, you know, incredible obstacles that honestly other people would have run away from. You know, if someone said to me, you have to climb up this incredibly steep, terrifying mountain just like this goat, I would probably say no. I can't do it. I don't have the equipment I need. I will fall off and die. You know, that's what everybody else would have thought, perhaps, if they'd known about or been faced with some of the things that you have, but you carried on anyway. You've already overcome so much, and it's time to ask yourself, okay, so what do I want then? What am I going to give myself for this? How am I going to reward myself? How am I going to treat myself? I'm hearing the word relax. You know, what am I going to do to relax? And it's not saying, okay, sit down and stop forever, but it's definitely time for a break. So your ancestors, I'm specifically hearing ancestors for some of you. You might work very closely with ancestors, you know, if you have like an altar and you make time to commune with them and that sort of thing, they're definitely around you. But what I wanted to say, some of you might be, your guides are trying to get you to slow down through something physical here. I don't know if it's like an ache, a pain, maybe you find that you're getting headaches but you never get headaches, maybe a cold, something like that, and that is them really pulling on you, trying to show you that that your body needs a rest here. I don't know if someone watching is called or is connected to someone called Michael. I keep hearing that. I mean, I guess it could be Archangel Michael, but I kind of feel it's someone's name. Okay. Oh, we have not yet. Yeah, I almost feel this is not yet the time for moving things forward in an outward sense. So whether we're talking about reconciling with someone and moving forward into the next stages, there's still a time for rest and reflection, and your guides are asking you to maybe try and be okay with that. You know, it doesn't mean you're being in a disconnection forever, and there's such there's a healthy reason for this happening right now, and it's going to be beneficial for you later on. If this is you trying to get something off the ground, there might still be something more to see, to learn, to figure out, someone to meet who's going to help you to move this forward. So please don't feel frustrated with yourself or with the situation. Okay. We're trying to deliver, but what are you ordering? Okay, so we have two cards here asking basically what it is that you want. What are you manifesting? So during this time of giving yourself a bit more space, taking it a bit easy, being kind to yourself, one of the things it might be helpful to do is to ask yourself, you know, to get really clear on what you're manifesting. Can you sum it up in a few words or one very short sentence? Or is it like, I want this, but with that, and then if this happens, I want that to manifest, but if this happens, then that, you know, like, can you get it really, can you be very succinct and say it's this? You know, is it clear in your mind? Is it clear in your heart space? Because possibly one of the reasons this isn't manifesting yet might be some hesitation or some confusion, and that's natural because, you know, in life, as things change around us, what we want shifts, doesn't it? And adapt. So maybe something here is shifted and you haven't sort of quite realized it consciously just yet. Okay, what else? Ask us for a sign. We've got something to say. Okay, so when this message comes out, it tells me that your team, your spiritual team, your guides are saying to you, the viewer, right now, we have something to tell you. This is very private. It's something that isn't supposed to come through this reading. It's something that we want to deliver straight to you. So there is an extra message here that isn't going to come through me. Now, we do have clairaudience, and we have signs pointing to clairvoyance. So for some of you, the way you're going to get this message is through those two avenues. So You could open a playlist, hit shuffle, see what song comes up, see if it speaks to you, you know, maybe the lyrics. Pay attention to maybe a conversation that you overhear. If it really pulls on you and you think, oh my goodness, that sounds important to me. Not obviously you're not going around sort of eavesdropping on everyone trying to pick up a message. If a message is for you, it's like it will slap you around the face. You just won't miss it. And if you get that feeling, what I'm saying is try not to dismiss that. Go with it for a little bit and see if it unravels anything for you. With clairvoyance, it could be sitting in meditation. It could be creating a piece of art and, you know, channeled art, seeing what comes through. What else? Setting an intention before you go to sleep. If you're someone who gets messages through dreams, if you're a dream master, if you do lots of astral travel at night. What else? Yeah, I think that's everything I can think of right now for clairvoyance and clairaudience. Of course, it won't just be those two avenues. You know, some of you will know that you get, for you, it's like clairsentience. You just have this very clear knowing, or suddenly a thought will strike you out of nowhere. But your spiritual team is almost saying, thank goodness this is the reading that won, because we are desperate for you to specifically ask us to give you a sign about whatever this is. You might know, it might be something you're stuck on and you're saying, great, give me a sign, give me a message about that particular thing. If not, it's well worth saying, show me what I need to know at this time, because they do have something they really want to tell you. Okay. And we have get clearer with your intentions. And I promise not all of these cards are about, you know, what do you want to manifest, but you have basically all of them here. So yeah, your spiritual team is saying, we want to give you what you're asking for, but there's something slightly unclear. And this period of quiet that we're trying to force you to take, or, you know, to extend for a little bit longer if you have already been doing this, is a good time to get clear about what you're wanting, and also to ask us. We've got something to show you. It could be there's something slowing this down. It could be there's a different way to do this. You know, whatever this is, they're saying, please, we've got something to say, but we can't say it unless you specifically ask us or invite us to let you know, to let you know. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So this, yeah, again, this is about taking off a blindfold, seeing something clearly, something that maybe has been pulling on you, tugging, you know, like a gut feeling. You may have known something hasn't been okay, something around you is out of balance. I'm drawn back to this Mountain Goat card. You have been really overextending yourself, and it might be time, you know, to start looking for new jobs, to schedule that meeting with your business partner or maybe your boss to ask about potential for a pay rise, a bonus, a promotion, to see what other opportunities are out there. It might be time to think about showing up differently in your connections. You know, maybe you're in connections with people that you feel you can actually say to them, you know, it would be nice to have more of a balance here. And if not, then you don't have to say anything. You can just start acting differently, and that will shift the dynamic here. If it's a relationship with yourself, have you been pushing and pushing and pushing and not, you know, thanking yourself, not rewarding yourself at the end of it? Okay, we have the Five of Swords. I feel for some of you, your guides, your spiritual team is saying there is, some of you might have a difficult decision to make. It might almost feel like whether you go left or right, there's going to be some fallout somewhere, and they're kind of preparing you in a way and saying, yes, with the Five of Swords, that can talk about some unpleasant conflict here, a bit of arguing. I have to say, I feel that this is you making a healthy choice for yourself. So let's say you decide, I'm going to stop overextending, and someone has a problem with it, or several people. Well, maybe, you know, perhaps it's like a wake-up call for them that they have been taking advantage. And it's not to say that they don't have your best intentions at heart and they're very negative people. Maybe they just didn't realize, but now the adjustment, the shift is uncomfortable for them. I don't see this as being conflict because you're doing anything selfish, you know. I think it's the opposite. I think you've been very selfless, very giving. In whatever context this is. And, you know, we have that soulmate card, we've got the card about my beloved. So if it's romantically as well, if you're making a decision to benefit yourself, heads up, there might be a little bit of drama, there might be a bit of conflict, but it will blow over. It's not the Tower, you know, it's the Five of Swords, so it's minor arcana, it's a smaller energy. Yes, and look, see, Four of Swords, and then we get a period of rest, of healing, of recovery. And it's very interesting, you know, in the Five of Swords, everybody's falling out. The crows here are all looking in different directions. Some of them are on the ground because they feel defeated. Some are just flying away. So that's the mini conflict that you might encounter. But then when you go into this period of rest, we have the crows. They have come back. They're trying to get in. So these people who might initially react a little bit badly, they might be shocked, they might rebel, they will miss you, they will come back in. So there's loyalty here. And I feel it's safe to have faith in these connections. You know, if it is work, your employer might think about it and realize how much they value you actually and come in with an offer. If it's friends and family, they will probably, you know, try and reach out to you, want to see you, want to speak with you, check that you're okay. If it's a romantic partner, again, similar thing. So it's almost like a bit of conflict and a timeout. And then this comes back together in a more balanced way. Okay, we have the Magician in reverse, so Gemini energy here. Okay, can you clarify the Magician for me, please? Why is the Magician reversed? The Magician, Gemini energy, this could be linked to the throat chakra, to communication, and, you know, again, communicating your truth, speaking your truth, actually also getting clear on your truth, you know, the connection between seeing clearly, your third eye, and your throat. So it might be that there's a need to realize actually what your truth is for yourself first. We have the Nine of Cups. So this comes back to those channeled messages about your manifestations. It's almost like you could have it all. I'm hearing, is it Adele? Yeah, we could have had it all, but not past tense. I'm hearing you can have it all, but Spirit's asking, what is it that you do want? What does your dream, what does your wish look like at this time? It might have changed, like I said, slightly without you realizing. Maybe it hasn't, but I think it's definitely worth asking yourself, taking that time to see if it has, because with the Magician in reverse, it's like there's some sort of resistance, or you're feeling like you're not as powerful as you are. You have so much ability to manifest, but you're not seeing it come through. And I think it's not for the reasons you think. It's almost like you might be saying, well, it's because this person isn't interested, or it's because the situation isn't, it's not the right time, or, you know, things are not aligned, or whatever it is. And those things might be true, as in the situation may not be perfect, but things rarely are. But, you know, this person perhaps that you're trying to manifest forward movement with, they may be just as interested as you are. So that's not the problem. Divine timing, yes, okay, that's true sometimes, but I'm not really seeing that's a factor here. So it actually just might be that your manifestations could do with being like sort of crystal clear. You know, you might almost, I guess what I'm trying to say is you might sort of be getting in your way a little bit without realizing it. So, you know, if you listen to Abraham Hicks and so many other people, when they're talking about manifesting, you know, they talk about how your job is not to know the how, it's just what you want, and let the universe figure out the rest. Sometimes it helps to know the why, you know, to add conviction to what you're asking for, trying to create. So if you've been getting bogged down in the how is this going to be resolved? How can we maneuver around that? How can I overcome? You know, Spirit's saying, no, go back to the basics. Just check in with yourself and ask yourself the what. What is it that I want? And let the universe come together and orchestrate the rest. Okay, we have, the King of Pentacles. For some of you, this is about work, career, money, finances. You deserve a hell of a lot more status, respect, wealth than you're currently getting. You know, and you know, with the Two of Swords in reverse, it might be a tough decision, maybe saying, okay, if I step away from this job, I have to start job hunting, and I've been in my position for 30 years and I don't know what's out there. Or if it's about leaving a stable position to become self-employed, there could be a fear of, well, what about my finances? I'm living a good life right now. I'm this King of Pentacles. I have what I need plus more. I have, you know, I have enough wealth to take care of basic things, emergencies, luxuries. If I step out and follow what my heart is telling me to do, I might not even have enough money to cover my, you know, food shopping every week or something like that. Okay. Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles. So your spiritual team wants you to know that's a valid fear, but it's only a fear. Okay, so, you know, the King of Pentacles, it's not to say that everybody who decides to start their own business is going to be successful. Just like it's not to say everyone who starts a marathon is going to finish, you know, but you're already the King of Pentacles. So what, you know, the reason that you're the King of Pentacles and you have this level of comfort and stability is because you have all the experience and the wisdom that you've gained. You've managed all of the responsibility that goes with it, and you can carry that forward with you. Also, Mountain Goat, you have overcome obstacles, so don't forget that. Even if you're stepping in a direction that's entirely different from what you're doing now for work, career, study, something like that, you have this, you know, the strength, the skills, the knowledge. I'm hearing the word tough, so maybe you've got like a resolve to you that you can carry across. Three of Wands in reverse, another card of manifestations, feeling like they're taking a while. And it's interesting how that comes out under the Four of Swords. So you're really going to, it seems counterproductive, I know, but slowing down is actually going to help you to speed up, because slowing down, self-reflecting, you're going to realize, okay, well, there's a blockage, or actually let me tweak my manifestation in this way. Oh, I've been focusing too much on the obstacles or on the how things are going to get resolved. Let me focus more on the why I want this, why I deserve this, what I want, you know. Three of Coins in reverse, and we have the Two of Wands. Okay, I want to go back in. Let me go to this King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit in reverse. Okay, so if this is a romantic situation and your person, or you and your person, or, you know, just one of you, both of you, is very much in a full-blown commitment here, you know, like it's a third-party situation. With the Hermit in the reverse, it's very possible to manifest communication with this person, contact with them, so you can both know where you stand, so you can find out what they've been thinking during this separation. So that might be the next step for you here. Telling the universe, I want to have a conversation with this person. I want to know what's going on with them. Is there a chance? You know, what are we doing here? Okay, so Three of Coins, Two of Wands. Again, if there are people around you who just aren't on board, holding you back, it might be time to think about, can this change? Are they open to change? Or do I need to release these people? What else? Five of Wands in reverse. If there are people around you who are only confusing you, complicating things, they're kind of a bit silly, their energy is a bit immature for you, it might be time to just calmly and quietly step away and leave them to it. So what I'm seeing here, first and foremost, Spirit's saying this is almost a time for reflection and going within. And if you can try and be patient with this in yourself, you're going to get so much from this. You're going to come out incredibly powerful. And having left behind some things that might be slowing you down here, you know, maybe focusing too much in directions that aren't necessarily serving you, leaving that behind, refocusing yourself. Another message here, your spiritual team wants you to really see the strength that you have. And often in these sorts of readings, we get messages reminding you how strong you are, because, you know, we forget. But this is serious, because, again, this Mountain Goat, they terrify me. Not the mountain goats, but what they do. I mean, so look, if I just apply this to you, I just feel you have overcome some incredible things here. And these might be things, maybe it's several, maybe it's one thing that maybe people have seen, maybe other people have absolutely no idea about, but your spiritual team, with this card coming out first, is saying, you whatever this is, or whatever these situations are, the fact that you kept going, and I feel, to be honest, you didn't have maybe the support that you deserved while you were doing this. And if you could do this and come out the other side, yes, this is easy for you, but you're a little bit in your own way here, and that's what this time out is for. Now, if again with soulmate, my beloved, if this is a situation involving another person, spirit is pulling them to the side, their spiritual team is pulling them to the side and helping them to, you know, resolve some things, work through some things, maybe do some healing as well, you know, their own personal issues, or their focus is they're working on something that they're focused on, so you can come back together and it can be smoother. But you have this just has like strength all over it. So yeah, I mean, Leo energy, of course. So I think your spiritual team wants you to remember what you've already overcome, what you've already managed to do, and so you can put things into perspective and realize there's no need for fear, a fear of lack, doubting yourself. There's no need for that. The other thing is getting very clear about, you know, what your dream looks like now. Can you simplify it? Can you tell me in just a few words exactly what it is that you want? The other thing is, don't forget to ask for this this message, because your team has something specific to tell you, something very individual, very private there. And it could be perhaps an answer you're looking for, or it could be a piece of information that you weren't even thinking about, but that makes so much sense to you. So I think that's it. I mean, it feels like a very focused message, and I'm not surprised, because it's like your guides are saying, we need to communicate with you right now, and then we'll take the next steps from there. So if you haven't been maybe meditating as much, maybe really make time to try and do that for 5 or 10 minutes every day. It doesn't have to be a sitting down meditation. It can be, you know, something that's just mindful, going on a peaceful, quiet, mindful walk, or doing channeled writing with intention. You know, not everyone I know likes to sit down and quietly just meditate, so do whatever works for you, but with the specific focus of quietening your ego mind, you know, to let your inner voice speak, to let your guide speak through your inner voice. Okay, so I will leave this here. I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments. But essentially, I think this is saying there's more hope here than you think. And something might feel like it's impossible, or it's moving slowly, or it's not happening. And your guides are saying, but there's a reason, and we want to talk to you about this reason. Some of it has come through today, but there's more that we've got to say, and we actually want to tell you this privately. Okay, so I will leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.